Hey, listen, if you don't want to be happier, please do not subscribe to this channel. But if you're interested in more joy, check out this clip. Yeah. What about those who, I talked to a guy once, I was fishing with this guy, he's like, I've heard about NDEs. Yeah. I died, I had a heart attack, I was dead for like 10 minutes. Like, it was a really extraordinarily long amount of time. And miraculously, he's okay, he's mentally okay, everything. He's like, I don't remember anything. Yeah. And that's bothered him. Like, so, but I know there's a percentage of people who don't have this, who die, come back.
Well, actually, that's the majority.
That? Okay.
And I got a couple of thoughts about it, but right now, according to the Van Lommel study, 18% of adults who die will have an NDE.
Okay.
The other, part, let's say 82%, will not. And so you shouldn't get shaken by that, because there's lots of life to be lived. And somehow God thinks it's best that, you not have that experience, that you have to make up your mind. There has to be some decisions that have to be made. Things are not solidified in that person's life. And so they're not ready for a kind of judgment yet. There have to be some things. But the lesson I would take, by the way, children have a significantly higher rate of having NDEs when they undergo clinical death than adults. They're innocent, so maybe, there's less rationale for that. I don't know, but like the Colton Burpos of this world are actually much more higher percentage-wise than the adults. But I think it really comes down to the fact that God is not going to force somebody into faith.
Yep.
I think they're going to have to make that decision on their own. And if they have the near-death experience, it's just going to plummet them over the line. The people who really do have the NDEs, many of them, not all of them, have a very secure faith. But there are atheists who've had NDEs. I mean, I
came back with faith.
I came back with faith.
Wow. Faith is ultimately in the will, right? And it's always good to remember that. This stuff's happening, and most of the world chooses not to look at it because they are afraid of the implications of that.
Yeah.
That if I believe, then therefore I have to stop doing X, Y, and Z.
That's right.
I think of the scripture with Lazarus, right? And and the poor man, the poor beggar, and if I could go back from the dead and warn my family, it's like, no, if someone even rose from the dead,
that's right.
If they don't want to believe, they're not going to believe. And then
that's right.
Jesus rose from the dead. There's evidence for that, and there's all this evidence is staring us in the face. But the secular world is paying more attention to this because it's undeniable.
Oh yeah. Well, what's very interesting is it's now beginning to be hard to escape. Since the Van Lommel study, Samuel Parnia at the University of Southampton in England did a 2060 patient study, which is highly, highly accurate, really good longitudinal, first-rate study that really does evidence the same thing. 60% of those cases simply cannot be explained in any not 60%, I'm sorry. 16% of those cases cannot be explained in any physicalist way. Wow. And so there's just, it's like you can't explain it if you don't have a soul. Wow. And then now, just in 2022, actually a few months ago, the New York Academy of Sciences came out and did a big peer-reviewed study of all the peer-reviewed medical studies of near-death experiences, and basically affirmed that there was a likelihood that your consciousness would not only survive physical death, this is the New York Academy of Sciences, would not only survive bodily death, but that it would take a journey. The journey
leave your body,
your body, and you could be just in this world, like the blind boy going out of the hospital, or going over to the other side, take a journey to heaven, and see near death, have relatives, and then there would be. They do mention that there is a life review that is associated frequently with near-death experiences, then a return to the body. All of this is set out there very plainly. And,
praise God.
So, it's getting right up there so that even people who, consider themselves to be very scientific, I would recommend you just go to the New York, just put a New York Academy of Sciences, affirmation of near-death experiences into your Google there,
Wow.
and you will see it.
Wow.
And you'll see the study, and it's pretty amazing to see that. And of course, definitely the whole Parnia study from Resuscitation Journal, a Journal of Resuscitation. It was from the University of Southampton. All there, free of charge. I think the whole Lancet study of von Lommel is there free of charge now on the internet.
Did you like that clip? Be sure to click subscribe so you never miss out on our great content that's going to help you live life to the full.